Okay, so you're talking about in March, which is under tab number 2, March 12, when you received the notice of recommended non-renewal.
Right.
At that point in time, you thought you had improved.
Yes.
And what did they say in that meeting, either one of them?
Well, they said that this would give me time. He always likes to do something like 30 days or so before he acts upon this. He said just the three of us knew that we improved. And see if I can find another job.
Okay, so, and this was from Mr. Trammell?
Yes.
And what else did he say?
That's all I can recall at this point.
What did Mr. Bennett say?
Mr. Bennett did not say much of anything.
Was there any mention that if you found another job, you'd get a letter of recommendation?
Yeah, they both said that they would definitely recommend me hire.
Did you ask them or talk about that you thought you had improved?
I said that directly to Mr. Bennett.
And what did he say?
He had no response.
And even though you received that in March, if we go back to number 14, you missed one day, no days in March, missed one day in April and one day in May. Is that right?
So what's that?
Now,
Yes.
in February, you missed because you missed February 10th for what reason?
Strep throat. Oh, February? I'm
Yes.
sorry. Oh, I was in the hospital. Ended up having to have an angiogram done.
All right. Had you ever had problems like that before? Okay. And when you went to the doctor that day, was it just a regular checkup type thing?
Yeah, I was going to try to, right after school, run down there to Dr. Tucker's office and maybe do shots and antibiotics or something like that. I was coming down with a chest cold, and it turned out my blood pressure was too low.
And what happened?
They took me by ambulance across the street to the hospital, and then they took me all the way over to Washington National.
And what did they do there then?
They did an angiogram.
Okay. And so that was February the 10th that happened, which was a Friday.
Yes.
And you were back at work on February 13th.
That was a Monday, yes.
Okay. So, were you actually out of school on February 10th?
Was I at school that day?
Yeah.
Well, is it Friday?
Yes.
Yeah, I had to be. Because, hold on. What day is it? It lands on a Friday. Right?
No, I'm sorry, February 10th is a Thursday.
Okay, so I missed that Friday, and then I was back coaching Monday.
Okay. Now, wait a minute. February 10th of 2012 was a Friday. So you would have missed that Friday. Did you go to the doctor on Thursday?
Thursday after school,
Okay.
so that could run together.
Okay. So you were
All
out.
these dates are just kind of running together.
Okay. So during these times that you're out of school, are you going just missing school for the heck of it?
No, matter of fact, things are so hectic this last year, I mean, I'm in fishing license.
Okay. Now, after the March 12 letter from Mr. Trammell, did you receive any other notices or anything from him?
March 12th, non-renewal.
The recommended non-renewal?
Right, recommended. No, I didn't receive any of that.
Okay. And in spite of your absences, did you get an evaluation in the second semester from Mr. Bennett?
Yes, ma'am.
And if we look at that evaluation from Mr. Bennett on page 13 or tab 13,
I didn't see one there.
When did you receive this evaluation?
I don't remember exactly.
Well, if you look at the very first page of it,
417.
and then you signed it 4/24, is that right?
That sounds about right. We kept having a hard time catching up with each other.
Okay. So in spite of missing absences, there's nothing in the evaluation about you missing. No areas of concern, nothing. Commendable performance. Would you talk to the board members about the sick bank and how that works and how you used it this year?
Yeah, the way it works is that if needed, as needed, people donate or give a day to the bank itself. In case of a crisis or something like that, people can fill out a form and ask to get that bank. And then that's usually sent out through the computer. And then you can just vote yes or vote no, just like everything.
So, how much do you donate? Is it like one day a year?
It's just depending on how low the bank is and how much is in the bank. Sometimes we don't have to give any.
Okay. So, so this year you asked for sick leave from this sick bank. How many days did you request? And I think we've got
24
that.
and a half.
Okay, we've got that under number 14. The last day. So you didn't request all the days that you were absent, did you?
This year at school, no, I did not.
All right. Why not?
I didn't. That's right.
Okay. That would affect the number of days in the sick bank for others. Now, as you're using the sick bank and requests are made, do you receive and see requests from other teachers?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's how it started on.
And so the people that contribute to the sick leave bank are the ones that can vote.
Yes.
Now, without mentioning any names of teachers, because that's private, just in working with the sick leave bank, the way it works this year, were you able to compare absences of other teachers with your absences?
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
Okay. Hush, Bill.
Keep talking like that.
Were you able, through the year in the request for sick leave through the bank, able to compare your number of absences with other teachers' absences?
Yes.
Okay. Were there any teachers that had as many absences as you did?
Yes.
Were there any teachers that had more absences than you did?
I believe so.
Okay. How many teachers had more absences than you did?
I want to say 3.
Okay. Now, to your knowledge, were they recommended for excessive absences?
Not to my knowledge.
Now let's talk about options for the board. You know, you heard me explain the options for the board. If the board decides to reject Mr. Trammell's recommendation for non-renewal, what assurances, if any, can you give them concerning your being at school next year? And you can turn your face anyway.
Yeah, I don't take off of school just to be taken off. I have good reasons for this. It's the one that is the norm.
Now, as far as Lucas's condition, has there been improvement in that condition?
It's medicine that they've got him on right now. I think it has to build up into your system, and it is gradually helping you now.
All right. And what about your wife's job? Is she still available if, in fact, Lucas is sick?
Yes.
What about Your other son, when does he go back?
I don't know, I don't know when he was back. He doesn't have an attorney yet.
Okay, so he's still around as far as you know. And your health condition regarding your sinuses and your surgery, has that been resolved?
Yes.
And what about any of the angiogram they did? Is that issue resolved?
They up my blood pressure, yes, sir. That's resolved.
All right. So right now, is anything occurring at the level and under the same circumstances that had occurred this past school year? All right. I know that Mr. Trammell testified that he thought the children, the students had been adversely affected by your being gone. Did you see anything as far as in their performances on testing or anything that indicated that? What contact did you have with your students when you would be away from work, either through your dad's death or when you were ill? Did you have any contact with the parents of the students?
Well, there's what we can do.
Okay. Any other contact?
We'll hang out with the students.
Okay. Right. Not a very good question. Mr. Brazel made the point that you missed the parent-teacher conference days. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. Did you contact the parents other than being there at the school for the parent-teacher days?
I'm not sure what you're saying.
Okay.
Did I pick up the phone?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to see what days those were. Yes, I keep in contact with my parents.
Okay, and I don't know that there was a parent-teacher conference day on February the 7th, Groundhog Day. And at the high school level, I have a question because at the high school level, do you have parent-teacher conferences lined up like, or is it just if the parent has problems with the child, they can come and have a conference?
They just kind of, well, they don't have to make an appointment or anything like that.
They can be available.
Yes.
Okay. Did any of the parents contact you around that time about having any problem concerning any student? And the same thing for the first parent-teacher conferences that you used. Did you want to be here tonight in that hot seat?
To be honest with you, no.
If the board renews your contract, do you think you'll be at full performance next year?
That's what we do.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Redding, you got a letter on March the 12th, 2012, advising you that Mr. Trammell was going to recommend that you be non-renewed. Yes?
That's correct.
And it was because of excessive absences.
Yes.
All right. And you got somebody, it's exhibit page number 2, in our exhibit, to write a letter to the board members requesting a hearing on the 15th of March, somebody in California, correct?
Correct.
All right, now, so you knew that a hearing was going to take place at some point,
Yes, we
all
can.
right, and you knew your absences and the reasons thereof, or therefore, was going to be an issue. Yes?
I think, yes.
All right. You have not provided, you had plenty of time to get your case together, had you not? And you put a lot of stuff into that. You worked on it hard, hadn't you? You haven't given us one single medical record, a note from a doctor, a letter from a doctor, anything other than what's in these exhibit books that can be introduced and used today, except these 2 or 3 items. 3 things. And you list some prescription stuff.
I have, yeah, it should also be in there, medical.
No, sir. This is all we got.
You look in the binder?
It's in that one right there. It exists. What about all of the other things that you said that caused you to be out? Do you have any of those that you told us you had?